The number one reason why manifestation doesn't work is attachment. And in this video, I will be telling you 4 steps through which you can let go of your attachment to the outcome. And by the end of this talk, you will have a fair idea of how you can practice manifestation effectively. So without further ado, let's get started. When we want to manifest a desire, when we want to create the life we want to create, usually fear comes up, right? We fear that we won't be able to manifest what we want to manifest. So let's say you are doing all your manifestation practices, which include putting an intention, which includes visualizing, which includes affirmations, gratitude. Now, all these practices are wonderful. But what usually happens is that as we have a desire, as we put intention to it, as we put energy to it, and as we do these practices, usually we start fearing that we might not be able to manifest what we want to manifest. And this happens because we get attached to the outcome. So let's take an example here. Let's say that you want to manifest a partner and you are doing all your manifestation practices, you are visualizing that wonderful partner, you are raising your vibration, you are doing affirmations, you are practicing gratitude, you are doing all those practices. But your partner doesn't show up. It has been months, it has been years, and that partner is still not there. And then what happens is that fear comes up. Doubt comes up, self-worth issues come up. And most importantly, this fear comes up that I might not be able to manifest. And why is my manifestation practice not working? All these doubts. Maybe manifestation doesn't work. Maybe it's all false. Or maybe I have some problem within me. I'm not worthy enough. Or maybe the universe is not supportive. All these doubts, all these fears come up. And due to these fears, what happens is that we lower our vibration. And eventually what happens is that we start, vibrating in the lower frequency of fear. And that's what we attract, right? And that's what we manifest. If we are fearful, if we are worrying about, that it might not happen, guess what? That's what we manifest. That's what the outcome is. So how to get out of this trap? How to not get attached to the outcome? Because this attachment to the outcome, when I want things to happen as per me, when I want to force the outcome, when I want to force that, within, 3 months I should get this. There are some people who say within 1 month I should get $1 million or something. Or when we try to exactly, try to have a certain kind of outcome, when we force the outcome. For example, if I want to have one person, if I am fixated on one person, that this person should be my partner. Now that's the attachment. All these things are attachment to the outcome. And when we don't get that, we become really fearful, we start doubting ourselves. So that's why it's important to manifest without attachment. To manifest without attachment means to let go of the outcome, to let go of the worry, whether you will be able to manifest or not. And also to not be too fixed on a specific outcome, to be open, to allow yourself, to allow the universe to bring what's best for you versus you trying to force something, right? Because we don't know if a certain thing will be good for us or not. The universe knows best. We, from our limited knowledge and our limited brains, we do not know. So let's take, for example, that today I get a job in a certain company and I really want that job. And I'm applying for that job and, I'm doing everything and I'm manifesting that job. I'm telling the universe, I want this job in Google, let's say. And then what happens is that I get that job and I become really happy. Wow, I have manifested. But maybe after 3 months or 6 months, I realize that this job is not for me. Maybe I don't enjoy that job. Maybe I maybe my boss is not good. So you see that even if we manifest what we wanted to manifest, the outcome might not be, right for us. We don't know. So let's not force the outcome. Let's not become fixated on this is what I want. Let's stay open to the magic of the universe. Tell the universe that, bring for me what is best for me. You know what is best for me. I haven't seen the future. I don't know what's best for me. You know what's best for me. So allow that outcome to come into your life. Allow the manifestation to happen versus trying to force it, versus trying to become attached to the outcome. So attachment to the outcome has a lot of adverse effects on our manifestation practice. And now I will tell you that what are those steps that you can use to actually manifest without attachment and to make your manifestation practice more effective. The first one is intuitive intention. Now, what is intuitive intention? As the name suggests, intuitive intention is your intention that you will put for manifestation, which is aligned with your intuition. Your intuition is the voice of your soul. But a lot of times what happens is that we put intentions, from our brain or from our emotions. Either it is a rational intention or it is an emotional intention. But one thing to understand is that intuition is beyond rationality and emotions. It comes from your spirit. It comes from beyond the mind and the body. It comes from your field of awareness, your field of consciousness. So let's take an example. Let's say if I am making an intention from my brain, I'm doing a rational analysis. This intention is, okay, rationally I should, do this job. If I have to earn this much money, then I should do this 9 to 6 job. That's what rationality says. That's what this rational society says. But maybe that 9 to 6 is not for you. Maybe your own business, your own work, in your own business, you will do something great, much better. Maybe you will earn more there and you will also be happy. And let's say if we make an emotional intention, so what that emotional intention will look like. Emotional intention will be something like, oh, because I feel good with this person, I want to be, make this person my partner. But maybe that person is not for you. Maybe that feeling good with this person is just temporary. And maybe after 1 year, you won't feel love for this person. So our emotions or our thoughts cannot decide what our intention should be. It is our intuition. It is the voice of our soul. When you know it deep down, when you know something deep down, when your spirit talks to you, that's when your intuition comes up. And your intention, whatever you want to manifest, has to come from a deep inner knowing versus, from rationality or from thoughts. The problem is that mostly in the society, we try to manifest from our rationality or from our emotions. And that's why in society we see that mostly people talk about intentions like, oh, I want to become, a celebrity, or I want to manifest $100 million, or all these things mostly people do by, copying others, what others are doing. Because this society has created a checklist that I should do this, that. I should get the best university, best job, best partner, best lifestyle. And just because the society is doing it, I should also do it. That's how most people set intentions. And that's a very flawed way to set intentions. Each one of us is unique. Each one of us is here to fulfill our unique purpose. And that uniqueness can only come from our intuition. Only our intuition can tell us what that uniqueness is. So that's why intuitive intention is important. Whenever you want to set an intention, whenever you want to set an intention to manifest something, make sure that is coming from your spirit, from deep down you, versus doing just something because others are doing, or doing something because you are emotional about it or you are rational about it. So this is intuitive intention. The second one is energetic shape-shifting. Energetic shape-shifting means to shift into the energy of what you want to manifest. Now, again, the problem with manifestation is that we delay our manifestation unnecessarily. we put a time delay to it, and we start thinking, oh, if I want to have abundance, let's say in my life, if I want to have prosperity, if I want to have abundance, then maybe it will happen sometime in the future. Maybe after 1 year I will earn this much money and then I will be abundant. Now this is again flawed thinking, because abundance is not an external phenomena, it is an internal phenomena. It is an internal feeling, it is an internal state of being, it is an energy. So without waiting for that external outcome to happen, I can right now, in this very moment, shift into the energy of abundance. That's what energetic shape-shifting is. You shape-shift into that abundant person. Right now in this moment, you can choose to become abundant. Right now in this moment, you can start behaving like an abundant person. So if you start behaving like an abundant person, what would you do? Right? What you ask yourself, what does an abundant person do? Someone who has abundance in their life, what do they do? How do they behave? And start behaving that way right now, rather than waiting for that abundance to arrive after 1 year or something. And then when you start behaving that way, your actions will be aligned. And that brings me to the third step, which is Wu Wei. Now, Wu Wei is a term that is a part of the Taoist philosophy. And Wu Wei, the literal meaning of Wu Wei is not forcing. And the other meanings are effortless action or action through inaction. Now, what does this mean? It means that when we act, right, when you have to manifest something, you act on it. You do some actions that will make you manifest something. And just previously we were talking about becoming an abundant person. So when you become an abundant person, what you do, you align your actions with it. And you start, for example, you start giving to others. Because an abundant person, what does an abundant person do? They have so much of abundance that they give to others. So when you start giving to others, it is your aligned action. It is an action that you are doing. Now again, that action has to be effortless. It doesn't have to be forced. We have created a society which is attached to the idea of this toxic productivity. That I have to, push myself so much. I have to work hard so much. I have to get stressed and anxious about working. I have to run around. I don't have to relax. And that's how I will be productive. But that's not productivity. Even now we understand, science has figured out that that's not the way to be productive. Even corporates are talking about this. Even sports industry is talking about this, which, in another language, it is known as flow, the state of flow states. So when you get into a state of flow, you are not forcing that action. You are letting that action flow through you. You are in that energy of flow. An example of this will be a wonderful dancer. When you see a wonderful dancer, you know that they are not forcing the performance. Any artist, maybe a singer, they are not forcing it. They are in a state of flow. It's like magic happening. It's like very natural. The movement, everything that's happening is very in a state of flow, as if a river is flowing. And that's how we do action, and that's when you're doing action with your intuition, when it is aligned with your intuition. When you're doing something but because your intuition tells you to do, versus trying to force yourself to do something. And that's why things like, let's say manifesting a good body doesn't work when people try to force that outcome. When people try to go to the gym and force themselves to exercise and force themselves to do push-ups and force themselves to fast, what happens is, a lot of times we do that for a while, but then after a few months, we either leave the gym or we give up the fasting and we go back to our old patterns. So that way we won't be able to manifest when we force things. So that's why it has to come deep down from the intuition. It has to be effortless action. And how do we do that? We do that by staying present, by staying mindful, by staying connected to our spirit, to our intuition, by meditating, And when you stay connected to your spirit, when you are mindful, and when you do things consciously, that's how you get into that state of flow. And the fourth step, and the most important step, is surrender. It is so important to surrender the responsibility of the outcome to the universe. Now, if I am attached to the outcome, if I am constantly trying to force the outcome, right? Let's say if I'm trying to force that, okay, within 3 months, I should, get this much money. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm forcing, I'm attached. I'm not letting the universe decide that, when should money come into my life. I'm not letting things to happen on their natural accord. I'm trying to force things. I'm trying to force that outcome. And, lo and behold, after 3 months, mostly the manifestation doesn't work. And then we are disappointed. Why was not I able to manifest that? Why did it not happen? And then we have self-worth issues. So it's important to surrender. It's important to relax. It's important to, trust the universe. Tell the universe, dear universe, I have full faith in you. I trust you. I know that you know what's best for me. So whatever is right for me, whenever it should come into my life, bring that. But I will not force the outcome. I trust you. I know that you are helping me out. So I will let you decide what is best for me. And that's how you surrender. You relax. You just do your work. You do your manifestation practices and let the universe manifest. It is the universe that manifests. There is an automatic process of manifestation. But if we try to force things, we are coming in between that process and we are blocking that process. So do your manifestation practices, but then trust the universe and surrender the outcome to the universe and relax. You put more energy to your intention when you share your intention with others, when you share with others what you want to manifest. So I would love to know what you want to manifest. Do share your intention in the comment section. And if you want to listen to more such videos, then do subscribe me here on YouTube. Thank you so much and lots of love. Namaste.